So the next topic is scaphoid fracture. So what is scaphoid fracture? So there are 8 carpal bones present in our wrist. Okay. But out of 8 carpal bone, the scaphoid is the most common carpal bone fracture. Okay. So mostly the cause is fall on the outstretched hand. If someone is falling on the outstretched hand, so what he will do? He will try to put hands on the ground. Okay. So if he tries to put the hands on the ground, it leads to scaphoid fracture. It is the most common carpal bone which got fractured. Now, why we are studying this fracture? Why it is very important? Because this is, let's assume this is the scaphoid bone. Okay. So the blood supply is coming from this is distal part, this is proximal part. So blood supply is coming from the distal to proximal. Okay. And the blood supply is very precarious. Very precarious. Okay. So the blood supply is coming from the distal to proximal. So distal has abundance in blood supply and proximal has less blood supply. So if the fracture is at mid of scaphoid, then it is most likely to go in avascular necrosis. Every body part needs blood. Why? Because blood has oxygen. So every body part needs oxygen to survive. So oxygen is supplied by the blood. So every body part needs blood. Okay. Now, if there is a fracture in the mid scaphoid, then blood supply will get disrupted. So if there is a blood supply get disrupted, the oxygen supply will get disrupted. Okay. Are you getting a point? If you ride a motorcycle, then it needs petrol. Okay. If you switch on the fan, then it needs electricity to survive. Same, every body part needs oxygen to survive. Okay. If you disrupt the oxygen, that body part will go in necrosis. Okay. It will go in gangrene. Okay. Same, this is the scaphoid, and if there is a fracture in the scaphoid, then blood supply will get disrupted. So this part, this goes in avascular necrosis. That's why we are studying this. That if there is a fracture in scaphoid, then we have to fix it. We have to fix it immediately. Otherwise, this part goes in avascular necrosis. Now, how will the patient present to you? Patient will present with pain in the anatomical snub box. This is anatomical snub box, and patient will present with pain in the anatomical snub box. Okay. So this is fracture scaphoid. Okay, you can see this is the scaphoid bone. This is the scaphoid bone, and this is the fracture. Okay. So this is fracture in the scaphoid. It is most common carpal bone to get fractured. Now, what is the so if so proximal pole can goes in AVN. I have already explained to you. And how will you treat this patient? If there is a displaced fracture, this is undisplaced fracture, so you can apply a glass holding cast. This is glass holding cast. जैसे अपन glass पकड़ते हैं ना, that is glass holding cast. If there is a displaced fracture, if these both fragments are displaced, then we have to align these fracture fragment and put a Herbert screw. There is a screw which cause the compression. That is Herbert screw. Okay, so you can see this is Herbert screw. So this is scaphoid fracture, which is most common. Now, the second is most common dislocation. So that is lunate dislocation. Lunate dislocation is most common dislocation. Okay. So these are the notes from my rapid revision course in orthopedics, which is available on my app. That is Dr. Priyesh Nayak App. That is available on App Store as well as Playstore. You can watch the free video of upper limb trauma. There are 7 to 8 lectures of total 3.5 hours, I guess. And there is one lecture which is free, that is upper limb trauma. So you can watch that entire video of upper limb trauma. If you like that video, if you find that it is genuine and helping you, then only purchase. Otherwise, there is no need to purchase. Okay. You can continue with your previous source. Okay. Thank you so much.